covering the villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News Team.
A community garden seeks additional helping hands. Plus, experienced swimmers teach others how to be safe in the pool. Just behind the village's wood shop off Rolling Acres Road in Lady Lake is Shared Harvest Community Garden. It sits on 2 acres of land and it's completely managed and cared for by volunteers with a passion for feeding others.
Hey! That means they come in for their coffee call. So she rang the cowbell, but they didn't hear over that thing. This is called Share the Harvest Garden. I like to think it's a big farm in a condensed little area. Okay, sir. Now I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. You might not want it, but you're going to get it. We're giving green tomatoes, 1 box of pepper, and 1 box of kale.
Right.
Now, next week, if you come, you might not have anything.
You tell me that every week. This is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've never met a greater bunch of people. They're knowledgeable, they know what they're doing, they're working very, very hard, and they're providing for a lot of needy people. I think it's absolutely critical. The service they're providing is so important for food kitchens and food pantries.
I had a garden up home in Kentucky. When we came here, my wife told the realtor, you need to find him a place outside where he can work in the land because I don't want him home every day. So she brought me over here, introduced me to Warren, which is the man that started the garden, and I've been here ever since. Usually we get between 23 and 27 ton of produce in 1 year. In the wintertime, we'll send 1,000 pounds of produce out in 1 day. You have to see it to believe it. Green cabbage, tomatoes, lettuce, zucchini, peppers. It makes me feel good, and I'll tell you why, because I know what poor is, because I've lived it. This is my mission, sir. The man above us everybody got a mission that a lot of people don't know that. My mission that he's told me is to come to this garden and take care of it as long as I can. And I will be here as long as I can. I get a lot of people that come out here to volunteer maybe for 1 day. And they'll tell you, I can't do this kind of work.
Well, I think you have to love being able to help people, which is a big primary reason why I come. And volunteers are hard to come by. There's a few new ones which we are extremely grateful for because usually they're younger than us guys.
These are special people out here. For somebody to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and come out here at 6:30 and work until 9:15, picking and then getting down on their hands and knees and pulling weeds. But when you sit back and see how much that you can produce and how much you can send out, and just think how many adults, but mainly the children that you're feeding. You can't give up something this easy. And this here, this is living.
A colorful and cultural performance raised important funds to help those impacted by the Maui wildfires. The nonprofit group One World, One Dream Peace aims to support those affected by natural disasters. On Sunday, they hosted a fundraiser variety show with singing and dancing acts, raising $7,779 for Mercy Chefs, a nonprofit that provides food to volunteers and victims in the Maui wildfires. Organizers Van and Jan Thompson were grateful for the support. Van says she feels really good with how much money they raise as they want to help as much as possible. After this short break, an antique draws attention every time it's on the road.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN. You're living the dream. Fun times and great tunes. Jackhammering the rock and roll. Delighting up the dance in R&B. It's your Villages house party on your Villages soundtrack. WVLG.
The best mix of music. The songs you love. Your Villages soundtrack. WVLG.
When you visit Codys, you're walking into a great bar with fantastic drink options, including 2-for-1 happy hour, and a very cool place to eat with great food and phenomenal service.
I love the BOGO fajitas every Wednesday, and we love coming here and feel like family.
Just like family, with loads of smiles for you at Codys Original Roadhouse in Brownwood and Lake Sumter Landing.
This is VNN.
Village of Finney resident Mike Touchette has owned a few muscle cars before, and now he has another one. While at Meekum Auctions in Kissimmee about 6 years ago, a certain antique caught his attention, as you're going to find out in this week's Love My Ride feature.
We have a 1969 Plymouth Barracuda Formula S 340. I saw this one, put it on my list, and I happened to go off one of the first cars on a Tuesday morning, and nobody was there really bidding, so I got it pretty right. So that's the reason why I've got it here. I've done work to it, a few mechanical things, air conditioning and power brake booster, alternator, carburetor, changed the camshaft, and it calmed it down a little bit because I believe it was a race car at some point and it's passed. So we calmed it down a little bit so we can drive it around the villages. Power steering, power brake, power disc brakes comes with the Formula S package. Automatic transmission, everything it's matching in numbers, engine, transmission, and rear end. And it's original color, interior and exterior. So we got a pretty good car here. 340 4-barrel. From the factory they said it was 270 horsepower. This one with the camshaft and stuff is probably around 350. They always underrated horsepower back in the 70s for insurance purposes. It's not too stiff, it's not too soft, it's right in the middle, nice. It came from the factory with heavy-duty suspension. Part of the S package was the chrome tips, dual exhaust, obviously, all the 340s had that. It's not a show car by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a fun driver. It attracts a lot of attention. You will be stopped at a red light, somebody will pull up and hang out the side of their car and take a picture of it. They'll go by and give you the thumbs up on it. I was at the last cruise-in and I had a gentleman that restores Mopars come and look at it, and he was looking around at it and he got looking at the fender tag and he's just shaking his head, and then he comes back to me and he says, this is amazing. He says, I'm checking out all the numbers, and he knew what every number meant on that fender tag, and everything matches, he said. The color, the interior, the transmission, the shifter is right. Everything is right on it. So that's a pretty neat thing.
Mike says when he and his wife Wendy are driving the Barracuda, it brings back a lot of great memories for them both. For more on this story, look at the Love My Ride section in Saturday's Daily Sun.
Here's your VNN 5-day weather.
From the WVLG Weather Center, this is Christopher James with your VNN 5-day forecast. Temperatures in the mid-80s this weekend through the early next week. Chance of showers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, mostly in the afternoons. Friday's high is going to be 85. Same for Saturday and Sunday. Overnight low is going to be in the low 70s. Mostly sunny weekend ahead here in the Villages.
This community provides its residents with a chance to learn and try so many different things, including taking a free adult learn to swim class offered by the Village's Recreation and Parks, with instruction provided by members of the Village's aquatic swim team.
It does amaze me how many people don't know how to swim, and not even that, it's just like how uncomfortable they are in the water, some of them. But that's what they're here for, you know, to just become more comfortable in the water. And I'm just amazed at how many people show up for class. And I've never swam before in my life. And I'm like, wow, well, you're in this community with all these pools. So it's good, but it does surprise me, yes. It's just a great thing, and if people want to learn how to swim, I mean, this class is free, and, you know, people that are here, we've got people that have repeated, they come here and they're all getting better, so it's a great program. It's true with everybody that's here that teaches. It's very rewarding to just see people, they really appreciate it. They enjoy it. They come back, and they realize that, you know, this is good. This is a good program to be in and to learn how to be safe in the water. Oh, the health benefits are great. It's a low impact sport as far as being able to swim. It's low impact. You're using every muscle in your body when you swim, when you're swimming correctly, and you build up your aerobic capacity to sit there. It's just very, very healthy, very, very healthy sport to do, and you can do it for a long period of time. It's held on the last full week of each month from April to October on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 to 11. And this is when the swim team has practice from 10 to 11, from 9 to 11 on those days, but we give up an hour of our swim time so we can run this program and that's because everybody that's teaching here is on the swim team.
You can sign up now for the October Adult Learn to Swim classes by visiting an at-your-service location. Up next, this community draws in nationally known artists to share their talents with others.
Going on now at Kart World Golf Cars, the summer clearance. All new 2023 club cars and Garias must go.
Buy now and save big. Model year and discounts up to $1,250.
Whether you're in the market for a 2, 4, or 6-seater with gas, electric, or lithium power, Kart World has it.
There's never been a better time to buy.
Hurry, don't miss out. When these cars are gone, so are these prices.
The link between falling and hearing loss is well documented. Believe it or not, people with hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a severe fall. And we all know what happens with a severe fall. You wind up hospitalized. In a lot of cases, you break your hip. A lot of people die within 12 months of that break, unfortunately. So the great news is just treating your hearing loss significantly reduces your fall risk.
Next Friday, you can immerse yourself in a cultural event. The 2023 Brownwood Heritage Festival will take over Brownwood Paddock Square on October 6th. There will be live music provided by Stella Beat at the Dog Trot Porch, in addition to performances by several local clubs and organizations, such as the Spanish folkloric dance group, Silver Roquettes, Mystic Jewels, and more. Returning this year is the Passport Challenge. If you get there early, visit the information tent to receive a passport to carry around to different vendors so you can collect stamps. And if you collect 4 or more stamps as you travel throughout the festival, you can take that right back to the information tent for a free limited edition commemorative Heritage Festival pin while supplies last. The Brownwood Heritage Festival will go from 4 to 9 p.m. Friday, October 6th in and around Brownwood Paddock Square. And you can also participate in the 2023 Spanish Springs Heritage Festival from 4 to 9 p.m. Friday, October 13th for even more community fun. The Village Art Workshops continues to bring top artists to this area. Co-leader Wanda Boyd says there's a very vibrant art community in the villages, and these workshops are a way to give them an opportunity to learn from a nationally known artist without having to travel. The workshops in Summerfield will feature artists from October through April. First up is Jane Slivka, who will teach the freedom of acrylics October 16th and 17th. She will challenge students to finish 2 paintings each day, from still lifes to landscapes to figures. All levels are welcome, but the focus is on artists who have experience with acrylics. Wanda says they try to bring in something for everyone. Some artists will cater to beginners all the way up to advanced students. Classes are usually 2 to 3 days, with a few that will run for 4 days, and the class size is around 15 people. If you would like to learn more or you want to register, visit villageartworkshops.com. We'll be back with more news from Florida's friendliest hometown.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steemer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible, so call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steemer gets your home cleaner.
Your Villages soundtrack is here for you throughout hurricane season and severe weather season.
Idalia, now a Category 4 hurricane.
This WVLG Hurricane Update is brought to you by Villages Insurance. Please listen carefully.
And we're also going to be joined by our forecasters, Dave Toll and Christopher James.
If you take a look at your home here in the Villages, that's getting almost 2/3 of the way up.
Rainfall in the Villages between 1 and 4 inches, and the wind speeds we expect going between 30 and 40 miles an hour during the brunt of the storm.
This Hurricane Update, we have the information you need when you need it. Stay tuned to WVLG.
This community shows time and time again how they rally around a meaningful cause, and in this case, the focus is on a 7-year-old battling childhood bone cancer. Isla Smith is the reason behind the yellow ribbons worn by everyone on the Villages High School's cross-country team this past Saturday at the request of her older brother, Brody. He says he just felt like supporting his sister because she is pretty amazing. The color yellow is also present in Isla's 2nd grade class at the Villages Charter Elementary School. Isla and Brody's mom, Christina Smith, who owns Bryla Fashions, says this support literally makes her go, "These are the kids that are going to make the future great." Isla had surgery last week, and the family is awaiting lab results from the removal of the latest tumor to determine the next step. They have also started a GoFund page seeking contributions to help offset medical bills and related expenses. Brody says Isla is going to get through this as he believes in her. Head VHS cross-country coach James Probola says a lot of people don't even know who this little girl is, but they can learn empathy through her situation, and it's a great lesson. To learn more about the community support behind Isla and how you can help, take a look at the Only in the Villages feature, starting on the front page of Thursday's Daily Sun. Villages High School senior Moira Mangum wants to set a positive example for her Buffalo volleyball teammates. She's a team captain that wants to help her younger teammates become more resilient in a game that shifts after every point. Moira has wanted to focus on how she is leading, not always being the loudest person or being the person that wants to show off, but leading by example. She says they used to be the team that wasn't very good and people didn't think very highly of VHS volleyball. But once they won a district championship in 2021, they moved into their new school and the amazing facilities. The Buffalo are seen as a totally different program. Aaron Wangan was a position coach for the Buffalo volleyball team and says Moira wants to see the whole team do well, and he thinks that is the culture that the Buffalo want to create. Another Buffalo student athlete that is making waves is Ava Ahinger. This VHS swimmer likes to share her knowledge in hopes to see others improve. She just loves swimming and wants to get people into the world of swimming. Head coach Jackie Mitchell says Ava likes to get in the water with someone who is struggling to help them. Recently, Ava swam a 57.85 100-yard backstroke at the Florida Swimming Senior Champions to qualify for the 2023 NCSA Spring Swimming Championships. Ava says that was the last chance she had to make the cut until next season. She says it's definitely emotional and probably the first time she has ever cried happy tears. There were lots of smiling faces Wednesday afternoon inside AMF Leesburg Lanes. The Village's high school boys and girls bowling teams each earned wins over South Lake thanks in large part to the young talent on their rosters. For the girls team, Brenya Lightborn led the team with a 2-game series of 342. In the second game, it came down to the 10th frame, and anchor Logan Edelstein delivered 2 strikes for the win. With the 3-game sweep, the Village's girls remain undefeated on the year. As for the Buffalo boys, a trio of middle schoolers, Cash Carroll, Michael Hartlein, and Jackson Strasburger combined for 604 pins in that second 10-pin game to help lead to an even match with South Lake. Jackson rolled a career-high 213 game, Cash had a 200, and Michael added a 191. The boys followed it up with 2 out of 3 Baker game victories for the overall win. The boys are now 5-4 on the year. Both teams will bowl again Tuesday against Eustis at Lakeside Lanes in Tavares. For even more on these 2 Buffalo features and the bowling team's wins, take a look at the sports section in Thursday's Daily Sun. It's time now for a brief commercial break. We'll be right back.
Stay with us. More Village's lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN. This hurricane preparedness tip from VNN and WVLG is brought to you by the Village's Insurance.
Hi, this is WVLG senior forecaster Dave Toll. What happens after a hurricane? Continue listening to WVLG for the latest updates. Let your family know you're safe. Avoid drinking or preparing foods with tap water until you are sure it is not contaminated. Check refrigerated food for spoilage. Remember, if in doubt, throw it out. Wear protective clothing and be careful when cleaning up to avoid injury. Check on your neighbors as soon as possible. Use the phone only for emergency calls. Watch animals closely and keep them under your direction. If your community has experienced a hurricane or any disaster, register on the American Red Cross Safe and Well website at www.redcross.org/safeandwell. Keep listening for more information, including supplies, pet tips, and detailed information to keep on hand during hurricane season. Presented by the Village's Insurance, and thank you for listening to the Village's Soundtrack, WVLG.
G50, G50.
B15, bingo! In your face, Earl!
She said G50. I got bingo.
When you have hearing problems, it's the little details you miss.
We can help. Take our 7-day free trial. In your face, Earl.
Elite Hearing Centers of America. From hearing problems to hearing solutions.
Clap your hands and stop your feet. Time now for the Village's Entertainment Beat.
I'm Natalie, here with your Entertainment Beat. Badfinger, a 60s band from Swansea, Wales, will be at Savannah Center with Blues Image on November 20th. Alex Santoriello will return to Savannah Center to star in the 7th annual Carols by Candlelight. Sure to put you in the holiday spirit, this show will be December 2nd through the 4th. Get in the mood with the Glenn Miller Orchestra, which is coming January 19th, where you can listen to the swinging favorites at the Sharon. The Irish Comedy Tour will bring the party of a Dublin pub to the Sharon for some St. Patrick's Day fun on March 23rd. And the comedy continues as Kathleen Madigan, Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos, has added an additional performance date. She'll be bringing her tour to the Sharon on November 17th and 18th. If you're a fan of mind-blowing magic tricks, illusionist Rick Thomas and his show Mansion of Dreams are coming to the Sharon April 27th in 2024. Tickets for all these events are on sale now and can be purchased online at thevillagesentertainment.com and at one of our box office locations or over the phone. That's your beat, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Natalie. Live musical entertainment, of course, is available here every day of the year. And these are the bands ready to perform for you on Friday. That's all the news we have for you now. Make sure to pick up a copy of Friday's Daily Sun for a look back at the devastation of Hurricane Ian 1 year later. Get out there and enjoy the Village's lifestyle.